How is everybody? Friday night, 6 p.m. Um, I'm good. I'm going to start today with doing some food preparation that I didn't do before I left, and I was thinking about how I can make this more friendly for everybody. So what I'm going to show you is something that I used to do for my daycare. So I used to run a daycare, a large home family daycare, and I had 5 of my kids living there, and anywhere from 5 to 10 more children, a couple of babies. So no joke, there'd be a baby on my back, a baby in front, a baby I'm pushing with my foot. It was a lot of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it meant I was going to have quick meals with not a lot of preparation or background. So I wanted to show you something I was going to do for my kids tonight. My kids love pizza. There's 8,000 things wrong with that, right? We have wheat allergies in this house. I don't do most things that are on a pizza. I don't do dairy, and I don't do meat, and I don't do this. I have inflammation issues, so I don't do tomato sauce. So I kind of like the mix and match idea, and I'll usually have my kids do this themselves. So, like, I won't be doing this for them. I'm going to start a couple so you can see how simple and easy this is. My head's going to cut out. Okay? So I pre-toasted the English muffins here. And then what I have for choices is, because some of my house is vegan, some aren't. I've got cheese, I've got pepperoni, mushrooms, I've got, I don't even know how to pronounce it, the pancetta, I think is how you pronounce it. I've got a couple of different kinds of cheese. I've got arugula because it's my favorite. I've got sauce, and I've got veggie meat because there's no protein in this whatsoever. So this is really simple. We're going to grab our tomato sauce, because I'm all about pizza. Hello, Patricia. But I'm not about everything that's in the pizza or the expense. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we love, like, Blind Onion. My daughter used to work there, Blind Onion Pizza. That's a $30 pizza. We need 5 of those for the boys. So I've got some sauce on one. And then I'm actually going to make this one for me. So I'm going to take my arugula, put it on the next layer. I'm going to take a couple of mushrooms, put that on there. And then I like the veggie meat, so I'm going to do that. If I can find something to cut it with. And just take a little veggie meat, not a ton. It's so little, maybe like 1/10 of a serving. Put it on top. And I didn't get any of the cheese that doesn't have dairy, so I'm going to use the fromage. It's my favorite, not the kids' favorite at all. Anyway, so this isn't like the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world, but it's mine, and I get to eat it, and it has everything in it. The only thing it doesn't have is the fat, which I guess we can call the cheese. And to be honest, if I had pesto at home, because the tomato sauce is inflammatory for arthritis, I would skip the tomato sauce itself and just use a pesto base. That's kind of if we buy a pre-bought pizza, we buy from a place that has pesto-based cauliflower crust and then no cheese, no real cheese. So that's really amazing. So I'm going to put these away, but as you can see, it took like 2 minutes. I do toast the muffins before. I like the hard base so that when I put them in, I use the tray instead of like just a rack or anything, so that the bottom doesn't burn, because they're already nice and kind of stiff from already being cooked. Okay, I'm going to put this up. We've got birthdays coming up, so I'm going to put it on top of this present so that I don't knock it over. But think you could put anything on that. I mean, I've seen some of the kids like all veggies stacked up with a little sprinkle of cheese. For a while we were doing kind of fruit pizzas with the pesto. I know the pesto's delicious, isn't it, Patricia? So if you guys don't make a pesto at home, that's something I can help you with. I love pesto, and I always have basil. So I'll take the whole thing of basil that I bought from the store, or 2 big handfuls, put it right into my blender. And then it calls for pine nuts, but I can't afford pine nuts. So we use cashews. Almonds are too hard, so you want those softer ones. I bet you can use walnuts. I just haven't. And then garlic. I mince my garlic. A little bit of garlic salt on top too. Olive oil. And the cheeses, I mean, what kind of, if you like the cheese in it or not, the Parmesan, you could put that in also. I keep it super simple. Sometimes I'll put spinach in it also, like if I'm going to put it on something that's more of a meal. This way I've got a whole bunch of iron as well and more greens. And we use pesto on everything. Yeah, I can't have, I'm reading Patricia's comments. I can't have the tomatoes either, like even that lick, I might feel that tomorrow. Um, when you do the food elimination, as you know, Patricia, right? Like I was so sad. I was like, fine, take away my dairy. Fine, take away the wheat. With the tomato, potato, eggplant family, ow, hurts my heart. But pesto's a good substitute. And to be honest, the pesto is full of great fats and just good for you anyway. So I'm going to start with the yoga. So let's go to our seat. I'm going to move the computer, so I'm not leaving you. I just got to get it up and out of the way. And I wanted to work today on, we're going to do some shoulders, a little more mellow workout. I just got unplugged. Bring it like this. Okay, so let's start on our mat with our breath. Oh, and if you have a strap handy, you'll want to go get it, okay? So today is the one day I can say you'll want a strap. It could be a belt. It doesn't have to be the formal strap. Or it can even be a band. And my back is hurting, so I'm going to use a little bit of a prop. I don't know if we've ever talked about it. It goes underneath the sits bones. So when my back is tight, I tend to not be able to get as much space sitting. So I'll show you. I come to the edge of the mat here, remove some of the flesh, and now I'm sitting on my sits bones, and you can see my back can stay nice and tall. So on a bad day, I definitely use that. Okay, let's start with making those inhalations and exhalations around the same length. Taking that breath up through the nose, expanding the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then we're going to exhale and bring that all the way back down. Trying to bring as much air as we can up through that belly and chest. Really expanding the ribs. Shoulders get tall. Exhale, bringing it back down. Now let's just work on increasing the inhalation and the exhalation. How big can we bring that chest up to be? How much expansiveness can we have in the ribs? And on the exhale, how much air can we push out without gasping? Let's go back to about a 4-count inhalation and exhalation. And then coming back to our more normal and natural breath. You can open the eyes. We're going to start with small movements, shoulder rolls. So let's inhale those shoulders up. Exhale, bringing them back down the back. Inhaling up again. Exhaling, bringing it back. Two more times. Last one. Now let's turn that around. Okay, so we're going to inhale forward, take the back with you, exhale, bring it back. Two things I forgot to say about the pesto. I also put bone broth in mine because I don't want it to be all olive oil. Like that's a lot of fat and you have the nuts already. So for the rest of the liquid, I like mine a little more, not runny by any means, but I'll put a little bone broth in it and then I feel really good about what I've added to it, just so that it's spreadable and not clumpy. Two more. Okay, we're going to bring right arm up. Inhale to center, left arm up. So back and forth here with your breath. Trying to get that nice big side stretch, both sides. The other thing is, I think the wheat also triggers my allergies. So normally I'll get myself some cauliflower crust. And I have tried to make that. If any of you have a recipe that's right on, please leave it for me. I cannot seem to make mine look halfway as good as the stores can. One more time each side. Now we're going to do big arm movements up and back. Inhale up, exhale back. We're going to work a lot today with the shoulders. So we're going to get a lot of movement there. One more. Bring those arms down. We're going to clasp the hands, turn them inside out. On your inhale, we're going to have that spine nice and tall. On the exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, nice and tall again. Exhale, round that spine. So with your breath, you can start next time. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, rounded spine, tuck the chin. One more. We're going to take that right arm across the body, shoulder comes down, head to the other side, and we're just going to hold here, releasing that long line of the neck. All that tension from the day. There's a lot of you I know, just because I know some of the people who watch this, who have food allergies and have done their own diagnoses, and others who've worked with doctors, allergists, all kinds of people to try to figure it out. Other side. One arm comes across, shoulder comes down, head goes to the other side. What I kind of did was I knew it was something, and I read all about inflammation and thought, oh man, it could be all or just one or two. And I didn't want it to be all, so I cut out one at a time. So I started with the most ones I had most reaction to, or that I knew were most inflammatory. So that was the dairy in this house and the wheat. So I started dairy first, took out the dairy, 2 weeks, put it back in. Definitely didn't feel well after that. Coming back up, let's take our strap. We're going to open wide arms here, back and forth. So on the inhale, we come up, and exhale, we bring it down. And then I went to wheat products, and I cut out anything that might have gluten as well. Okay, so that was one big project. What I found on that one was, tight today. That was probably my most severe. I wound up with a lot of phlegm, a lot of mucus as soon as I put it back in. So now I'm talking about I had dairy gone and wheat. And then I moved over to the nightshade family. And that was so sad. Those also, and to be honest, tomato for me is right up with one of my worst. And it's one of my favorite things, absolute favorites. Okay, now we're going to make this a little shorter. Bring it up over the head. We're going to come to one side on the exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. And it goes on and on and on. When I took those 3 things out, which is so much, right? I think about it, yogurt was my favorite. I love yogurt. I can still buy it in plant form, but it's better to just have your plant forms in the form they come in. That's my own feeling on that. But if I have a craving, I do go get it. Okay, the next time we're over on the right, we're going to hold. Nice deep breath. Breathing into that side body that's open. One more. Inhaling up to center, then moving to the other side. Same thing, breathing into that side body. Couple more breaths here. Inhaling, coming back up. I want to show the next one from the side. It does involve the shoulders as well. So, we've done it before. We're going to extend those legs out in front of us because the knees are nice and cramped. Fingers are pointing in towards the tush. So on the inhale, we're lifting the tush. Slowly exhale, come forward fold. So nice and slow up. Fingers are behind us. Exhale, forward fold. Two more times. And the last one. Okay, come into that fold position. We're going to hold there for a few minutes. On your next inhale, we're going to inhale the spine long. Sorry, I'm getting my drink. And on the exhale, we fold just a little bit more. So inhaling tall spine, exhaling fold. Inhaling again, exhaling fold. Two more times. And then your next inhalation, we'll roll up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Let's open those legs. I'm really tight today. Oh, okay. Woo! We're going to take a nice deep inhale, expand that spine, get it nice and tall. We're going to exhale right elbow, right knee. Left arm comes over. Inhale, center. Left elbow, left knee. Right arm comes over. So back and forth. Take your time here. We're opening up those side bodies and getting some shoulder movement. Legs are engaged. One more time each side. Taking that inhale up again, we're going to exhale, come forward. Just a little bit, as much as you're comfortable here. Nice deep breaths. We're sending the breath to the low back. If you can come down to forearms, wonderful. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back up to that seated position, bringing our soles of our feet together for butterfly. Just going to move my strap over here. Hands are on the shins. We're going to inhale that chest forward, opening the heart. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, cat-cow. Be generous with these movements. My dogs are very upset about something outside. 2 more times. Let's bring those feet out just a little bit more. Inhale those arms up. We're going to exhale to one side. Inhale them center. Exhale other side. So back and forth here, making sure our spine is nice and tall. Giving ourselves the space that we need to make the turn. One more each side. We'll come back to center again. Come back to that crisscross applesauce position. Usually we'll do this next one when we're in eagle pose, but we're just going to do it seated. Arms are out to the side. Right arm comes over the left, and we entwine the elbows. Now let's bring those shoulders down, and slowly let those hands come back up, but we're keeping the shoulders down. There's going to be a point where you're going to get one of the best back stretches and shoulder cap stretches ever. Go there. Remember, keep those shoulders locked in and brought down. 2 more breaths. We'll unwind on your next inhalation. Get the spine nice and tall again. This time left hand comes over. Same thing. Bring those shoulders down. Now, slowly let the hands come back up. Breathing into that back. Shoulder caps. One more breath. We're going to let that go. Let's go down to the ground today instead of staying seated. So I'm going to go sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. We're just going to work on bridge. Heels are in as close to our body as we can comfortably. Arms are down by the side. On your next inhale, we raise the tush. Small to start. We're not really warmed up here yet. Exhale, bring it down. Next one, maybe a little higher. Exhaling, bringing it back down. So just coming in and out with the breath, trying to get as high as you can. Warming up that back nice and slow. Inhaling up, exhaling back down, feet pushing to the earth. Knees tracking right over the ankle. 2 more times. Last one. Okay, the next time you come up into bridge, we're going to hold. Inhaling all the way up. Tuck those shoulders if you'd like, if it's available. Feet are pushing into that earth. And we're taking those nice deep belly breaths. Watching our belly fall and rise. 3 more breaths. On your next inhalation, come up to toes and slowly come down 1 vertebrae at a time. Woo! Extend the left leg on the ground, right knee's bent, arms are down by the side. We're going to externally rotate that left foot. On the inhale, bring the foot up. And on the exhale, bring it down. So inhaling up, exhaling down, trying to get as much range of motion as you can. 2 more times. And your next inhale, the leg comes up. Exhale, make a circle. Whoop. Inhale up again. Exhale, another circle. So it's like you're making a D. Straight line up. Make the D. Foot still externally rotated. 2 more times. Keep that right knee bent. Cross that left foot over, figure 4. So you can stay here. This is enough. Putting a little pressure on the inside thigh. Or you can take behind your right thigh, as long as you can get that head down on the ground and the chin tucked. And we're sending the breath to the outer hip flexors. Nice deep belly breaths. Keeping the spine long. One more. We'll release that down to the ground. We're going to change sides. Left knee bends. Right leg extended, externally rotated. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. One more like this. Now we're going to make that D. Inhale up. Exhale half. Half circle. Inhale up. Notice which side was easier or harder. Two more. We're going to take that right foot and put it on the left bent knee or right on the quad. That's enough. Or you can grab behind that left thigh, as long as you can tuck that chin and get that spine back in alignment. Avery, you're done. And we're going to send those breaths to the hip flexors. I think the puppies are barking at the wind. I don't know if it's windy where everybody else is, but I think they see shadows of the wind. One more breath. Okay, we're going to go to the belly next for some Shalabhasana. And then we're going to do bow pose, just so you know where we're going. So laying on the belly. I just made a mess on the floor. Let me go get a towel. It's going to make a mess. It's going to stain. So lying down on your belly, legs are extended behind you. Arms are in goal pose. That's a lot. I'm glad I went and got this. On your inhale, we're going to come up. Arms stay in goal pose. Shoulders come down the back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. You can also try arms behind the back. It's actually a better warm-up for our shoulder work. 2 more. Then we're going to release the head down to our hands, and we're just going to do the back body. So find your comfy spot, because that's going to be the most important. On your inhale, legs come up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale up again. Exhale, bring them down. A few more times. Two more. Okay, we're going to put it together now, arms and legs. So you decide where you want your arms. I'm going to clasp mine again for the shoulder warm-up. Inhale, arms and legs come up. Exhale, bring it down. Back and forth with the breath. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we lower. 2 more. Now the next time we come up, we're going to hold for 6 breaths. Shoulders coming down the back, hearts open, legs are off the ground. 4 more breaths. One more. And then we'll release all the way down to the earth. Let the head rest for a sec. So we're going to work a little on setting up for bow pose. I'm going to come to the side again so you can see it clearer. So we've got the shoulders nice and warmed up. What I want everybody to do is have one arm out and then reach back for this other ankle. If that's not available, you can make a circle with your strap. Put the foot in the strap, and then you're holding with the strap back here. Okay, so if you can, grab the outside of the ankle. On your inhale, you're going to push the foot into the hand. Exhale, bring it down. 2. Take your time here. 2 more. Okay, let's move over to the other side. Reach back to that other leg. Foot's engaged. On your inhale, ooh, I'm tight. Come up. Exhale, bring it back. I taught spin today. That quad is tight. I can sympathize with all of you. 3 more. Last one. And then release that back down to the earth again. Just take a couple of breaths. Before we go into bow pose in its entirety, we're just going to reach back, grab those ankles, and stretch the quads. So let's bring the knees together as close as we can, and the shoulders are going to roll back, as you can see. Then if you can flex your feet and bring them back. Let's release that for a second, give the shoulders a break. The next time we reach back, we're going to go into bow pose. It's exciting. Okay, here we go, reaching it back. On your inhale, push those feet into those hands. Exhale, bring it down. Inhaling up again. Exhaling, bringing it down. Keep working with that breath. Keep control of the shoulders. Don't let them pop out of the sockets. Like, don't let them become loose. Loosey-goosey. They're locked in. 2 more. Last one. Let's release that down to the earth. I want to push back into child's pose. So take your time coming into this movement. Knees can be together or apart. You decide. And we're just going to breathe into that low, low back. One more breath. And then we'll come up nice and slow. So let's go to all fours and get some bigger movement in. Nothing crazy though today. Much more gentle today. Winding up this 98-degree day. The swamp cooler has been on for like 12 hours and it's still 83 in here. So our inhale, belly drops, shoulders come back, head rises. Exhale, we push away from the earth, tuck the chin. In and out here. Two more times. Now the next time we're up in cat, we're going to push back. So exhale, rounded spine, child's pose. Inhale, breathe it up. Exhale, rounded spine, child's pose. I'm in the wet spot where I dropped everything. Okay, on your next inhale, we've got cow, flip the toes, down dog. Exhale, cat, child's pose. Two movements. Inhaling cow, downward dog. Exhaling cat, child's pose. Taking that rest in child's pose, arms are extended. Again, knees can be together or apart, you decide. Let's walk those hands to the right. And then we'll walk them all the way over to the left. And then we'll inhale and come back to center. So we're on all fours still. Hands are directly under the shoulders. We're going to inhale one arm up. We're going to thread it through, but not go all the way. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale, bring it through. So we're not coming down to the ground yet. We're just giving it some more motion. One more time. When you come through this time, then we're going to come down to the ground. So work it through. Shoulder comes down, cheek on the ground. I like to take that other arm and wrap it behind. It gives me some more opening in my shoulder. One more breath. Inhaling, pushing away from the earth. We're going to move to the other side. So inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale up again. Ooh, sticky on the left. One more. And as we come through, we're going to go under the arm, cheek to the ground. Arm can be over or it can be tucked behind the back. I like to tuck behind the back because you can see here I'm forward leaning. When I tuck behind the back, I externally rotate and open. And that's the work I need to do. One more breath. We'll unwind and come back to all fours. And then lie back down on the ground in bridge, like getting ready for bridge position. So heels are close. Arms are by our sides. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring knees to chest. So reverse crunch. Exhale, bring it all back down. No, sorry. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, bring those knees back to chest. As much as you can. It doesn't have to be as big as mine. My back loves this, though, this exercise when we go over into plow and candlestick. Two more times. Now the next time we come over, we're going to stay there and plow. If you can't reach your feet to the floor, you're going to put a block at the end of your hands, and your feet are going to try to come to that block. Let me see what I got. So I'm going to put my block right at the end of my arms. Nice deep inhale. Exhale that reverse crunch, legs extend. So it's almost the right length. From here, you want to tuck those shoulders under, get some space in your throat. Then you can have hands at the low back, hands on the ground, or hands can come to the feet here, match. Nice deep belly breaths. You can play with raising legs. Or maybe bent knees. Couple more breaths. Okay, we're going to slowly roll out. Bring those hands to the low back. We're going to extend those legs out in front of us. Take those hands right under the tuchus. Elbows are bent for fish. Open that throat back up. One more breath. We'll untuck that head. I'm going to go back to my mat because I'm back in the, the dropping spot of where I left my drink. Okay, knees are bent. Feet are a little wider than your mat. Arms are out to the side. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, both knees to the right. Woo! Inhale, center. Exhale, both knees to the left. So back and forth here, checking in with your body. Taking our time. The next time, both knees to the right, we're going to hold. Right foot can come to the outside of the left thigh, and we can gaze over that left arm. Working on those exhalations and releasing anything else. No, Junior. No. One more breath. Inhaling back to center, exhaling both knees to the left. Taking that left foot, putting on the outside of the right thigh, gazing out over that right hand. Nice deep belly breaths. Inhaling back to center. We're going to extend that right leg, bend the left knee. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to cross over the body with that knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. One more time each side. Now the next time that left knee is across the body, we're going to hold. Left knee bends. You can take that left foot, tuck it behind the right knee, and gaze out over that left arm. Ooh, tight. And use those exhalations to release the tension that's left in the body. Filling that belly with air as big as you can. One more breath. Back to center, moving over to the other side. Right knee bends, crossing the body. Whew. Bring those shoulders back open. If you want, you can help that leg a little bit. Just a little pressure, not force. You never want to make your body do what it doesn't want to do. But using those exhalations to release out of those hip flexors and glute and low back. Two more big belly breaths. Then we'll unwind and come back to center. Before we move into the ending or Shavasana, I wanted to do one more thing for the shoulders because they should be really, really warm now. So we're laying face down. We're making a T with our body. We're going to roll to one side and the other. So you roll back over the shoulder gently, only going as far as feels good. Then inhale, come back to center. And we're just going to work back and forth. You can move the arms up and down, not while you're in it, but before you roll over, just to give it just a little bit different of a stretch. So I just raised my arms before I rolled. Woo. And the other side. Okay, the next time we're over on the left, we're going to hold. You can bend that right knee. Woo. Deep belly breath. One more. We'll unwind, extend the other arm, and then roll back. And then inhale, come back to center. This is a great time if there's anything else your body wants to do. Doing that next, maybe happy baby, maybe some folds. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to our resting position, whether it's seated or lying. and come back to our breath, those nice deep exhalations. Give yourself this opportunity to integrate. Even if you don't do the yoga, Shavasana, in whatever form you take it in, is to release the old so you can have room for the new. And we can't do that if we don't rest and relax into the release. So close those eyes if it's available to you. Externally rotate the arms. Softly let them fall to the earth. Fingers will curl up. Shoulders become heavy. And right now there's nothing but you on your mat. Nothing else that needs to be tended to. Nowhere else to go. Make this time yours. Okay, let's start by deepening our breath. I don't know why I said okay. And focusing again on these inhalations because we're rising. We want to get that energy back up. And we want to just tinge that sympathetic nervous system on. Maybe making small movements with the head, neck, wrists, ankles. And when you're ready, coming up to that seated position. I like to end with a little bit of alternate nostril breath. I saw a therapist this week who, even though I do alternate nose breathing all the time, I never use it for my anxiety, so I'm going to start working on that. Okay, so covering the right nostril, inhaling through the left. Cover left, exhale right. Inhale right. Cover right, exhale left. Inhale left. Cover left, exhale right. Inhale right. Couple more. And when you're ready, coming back to that normal, natural breath as we come back into the room fully. Let's take that nice big inhale, gathering up all the love around us. Exhaling those hands down to the third eye for clarity. To the lips for speech that's kind. And to the heart for thoughts and movement that are clear and full of compassion. Have a beautiful weekend. I'm going to the grandbaby's birthday party tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves. and stay cool. Golly, it is so hot out. Oh, a special trick. Um, you know those little spray bottles? Get yourself a little bit of peppermint essential oil, maybe like 10 drops. If it's a bigger one, 20 drops. Fill it with water. It is the most cooling, pleasant thing, especially for my friends in menopause. Um, but really, I think this time of year, it's beautiful at night. I'm spraying it all over my body at night, and my sheets smell great too, which is just a plus. Um, but it does work just a little bit, if it's 98 degrees. I know no dairy for you either, Patricia. We're on the better love the little you get diet. Everybody have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Patricia, I'm going to text you in a minute, okay? Have a great one.